All right, hello, this is Sean, your wellness coordinator. This is a video of how to warm up for deadlifts. This December we're having 12 days of deadlift, and our posterior chain is probably the most important part of our body, and a lot of times it's neglected with the uniform and the tools you have to wear and the situations you find yourself in. So fortifying the posterior chain is what this video is all about, and it's just a warm-up. So always, you want to start with blood flow. It doesn't matter what piece of cardio you're on. I just want you to get on it. 5-10 minutes, get the blood flowing, get the sweat pouring. I just want you to warm up with cardio as a start. After cardio, you want to give the body a little massage. We want to start with the foam roller. Real easy on the foam roller. I just want you to foam roll the entire body, starting with the glutes. This is especially important as we're doing a deadlift or hinge type movement. So really work those glutes. Then we want to get the hamstrings. We're just trying to loosen up our whole posterior chain. You can get the calves. And move back up. If the glutes need a little bit more, you can always put one leg on the knee, get a little deeper into the sciatica. Sure, you get both sides. Then all the way up the spine, nice and easy. If you feel some cracks or some pops, you just got a visit from the $20 chiropractor called the foam roller. So just a nice little warm up for the whole spine, the whole posterior chain. With the foam roller, after the foam roller, we want to make sure the whole body is warmed up and ready to go. And so it doesn't really matter the order of these next exercises, but all these are good options for warming up, preparing for deadlift. The first one is a controlled articular rotation, also known as CARS. It's just a good hip mobility exercise. I like to do this leaning, but what we're going to do is one leg, we're going to drive the knee up as high as we can go. We're going to drive it out, and then we're going to internally rotate, and then back down, and then reverse. Out, rotate, and forward. And we're going to do this for both sides. And you can do anywhere from 5 to 10 reps. With this one, I'm just going to show you a few. But again, drive the knee forward, out to the side, kick it up and back, and down. CARS. Next one we're going to do is my favorite, and this is probably one of the best ones you can do pre and post shift, especially if we're talking about our low back stability. This is a reverse hyperextension. You can do it on a bench. You don't need a bench if you don't have one. We want to lean into this bench right above our groin area. You want to lean down, and you can do this two ways. You can do it single-legged or double-legged. Single-legged, we want to support our leg with one leg, and then just kick the leg out. The focus is squeezing the glute. What you don't want to do is you don't want to kick that leg super high. You want to kick it straight out. That's the key. If you do this with two legs, same thing. Focus on squeezing the glute. Again, this is probably the best warm-up for any kind of hip exercises. What we want to do next is jump down here. We want to warm up the upper spine, our neck, our traps. We'll do this with a neck bridge. You can do a lot of variations with this, but basically I just want to drive the back of my head into the mat, push myself up, and then I can put my hands over my head to counterbalance. So I can just hold, or I could do reps. Either way, fantastic to warm up the top part of our spine. What I'll do next is I want to warm up the hips a little bit more. This is just a simple weight, but I'm going to get down into that squat position. I'm going to hold this weight here, and I'm going to make sure my posture is really good. Shoulders back, spine straight. This puts me into a nice deep squat, and I can just hold here where I can shift side to side. Again, this just warms up the ankles, the hips, the knees, and again, make sure the spine knows that it's supposed to be straight in this type of position. So I can just hold this for a little time. Next one I can do is I can put one knee down, and then I'm going to shift the other leg out to the side. My hips are going to face forward, and I can grab this weight, and I want to lean out to where my toes are pointed, and this just helps open up the hips. Again, my hips are supposed to be facing this direction, and I'm just allowing those hips to drop and open up with this way. Holding on to the weight allows me to do that. Again, I can hold for time and I can shift back and forth. Do the same thing with the opposite side. Good posture always. Just lean in. And just allow that weight to take you a little bit deeper. All right, next one is I want you to use a band, put it around your ankle, attach it to another end, and I just want to warm up my hamstrings. We're doing a deadlift. It's a major pull for our whole posterior chain. Our hamstrings are often much weaker than our quads, and so we want to warm them up so they're ready for the movement. And this is just a really simple way to do it in our gym. And I'm not going for a ton of weight. I'm going for repetitions. I'm going for blood flow. So a little bit of a balance component, but I'm just working on getting a ton of blood flow. So I'm talking anywhere up to 25 repetitions. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. And then the last exercise, my favorite exercise is the Indian club swinging. Again, this is for the shoulders, the upper back, and even though the deadlift is not a full shoulder exercise, it does need to have our shoulders warmed up. Specifically, our lats are going to play a big part in our deadlift. And so if you still have shoulder pain and you never come see me about using these clubs, I highly recommend you do so. They're the best exercise when we're talking about shoulder flexibility and mobility. That whole stability piece, so important. And so doing a few minutes of club swinging before the deadlift, super important. So this is the simple routine. Just warm up for the deadlift. It doesn't take long. I'm talking 10 to 15 minutes, but it's going to save your back. It's going to support it. It's going to work on those weak links that we all have. Let me know if you need some assistance. That's it for the warm-up.